Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. Here comes the bride, all smashed because she's drunk off of some bridal veil. Because I don't think she wants to go through with the wedding, so she needs to lick her up first. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Maple Brewski from the Brewski Review, and today the beer I have for you is by the Manitoulin Brewing Company. This is their Bridal Veil Pale Ale, coming in at 5% alcohol by volume, and no IBUs listed here, but on the website it's showing it at 40 IBUs. Here's what the can looks like: clouds, rain, sunshine, and land. Looks upside down, looks like it should be kind of like that, and then the sun should be somewhere there. I don't know. It's an interesting can design. Lots of nice colors, a little bit lighter and darker, lighter in color, purple, stuff like that. It's interesting. It's hard to read some of the information here, but that's okay. Without further ado, let's crack it open, see what we got. Alright, pouring it into my Lake Base tulip style glass. Give it a decent pour here. Get a bit ahead, a little bit ahead. That's nice to see. Looking at this pale ale, is definitely more of a deep burnt orange color, a little bit of a just slightly off-white head on there as well. Looks hazy, slightly hazy. You can't see right through it. It's not a haze, like a hazy, crazy kind of beer, as the albino rhino would say, but it's still fairly hazy. Let's give it a smell, shall we? Ooh, malts and toffee are really the big forefront aromas off this beer. Some biscuitiness with a slight hop to it as well. Yeah, a slight hop, not too much. More of a like a spicy hoppiness rather than like a pine or a grapefruit. Let's see how it tastes. Caramel forward. Bit lighter of a hoppiness going on. Spices for sure. Some like cinnamon, maybe like a slight nutmeg in there, sort of thing going on. It's actually really nice for as far as a pale ale goes. Definitely nice to see not a light, like a yellowy pale ale, that typical just like pine and grapefruit. This is nice, throwing in some toffee to the mix, a bit more of a malt body, some spices going on in here. Also just like a biscuity finish. Very nice indeed. Let's continue drinking, shall we? Cheers, everybody. Roasted malts dancing away in your tongue. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. I haven't come across a pale ale like this in a while. Really happy I have today. I just don't know why they're calling it Bridal Veil. Interesting. Still, solid beer nonetheless. Let's see what the can has to say for itself. Bridal Veil Pale Ale. 5% alcohol by volume. Ingredients: water, wheat malt, barley malt, hops, and yeast. Moving on the back end, there is a description. And it says, in the heart of the Kagawawang, a charming village on Manitoulin Island, is the remarkable cascading Bridal Veil Falls. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Brewed in small batches, our Bridal Veil Pale Ale is naturally unfiltered with a balanced malt finish and dry hopped with Cascade hops. Take a dip and enjoy the experience. Handcrafted with no preservatives, Little Current, Manitoulin Island, Ontario. Nice. Very nice indeed. No other information on there, no IBUs listed, but they have an ingredients and description on the bottom. Canned on date? Yes, there is. Or brewed on date? This was brewed on the 15th of December of 2017, so it is a little older, but it's nothing to frown at. Solid beer. Really like the flavors in here. That spiciness that I'm getting, like the cinnamon and the nutmeg. That's sort of what I'm getting, and man, it just adds that extra bit of character to the beer. Goes down smooth. Really, it's crisp, it's clean, it's nothing, it doesn't really dry out your mouth that much either. Moving over to the website now, manitoulinbrewing.co. When you get down to the beer section, the beers do switch quite often. Not like switching rotation, but like the visuals of it switch often. And it's hard to get all the information. So here, Bridal Veil Pale Ale. They have a description that says, our American Pale Ale pours amber in color with a creamy foam head. A light pine aroma comes from our Cascade dry hopping process that ends with a balanced roasted malt backbone and clean finish. Style Pale Ale, alcohol 5%, size 473 mLs, 40 IBUs, and the hops that are used are Centennial, Chinook, and Cascade. Very nice to see, a lot of good information. I like to see that they put the hops in here as well, and also a slightly different description of the beer. My one gripe with the website is that the beers tend to switch up on you just a little bit quick. But, other than that, all the information is there perfectly laid out for you. Before we move over to Untapped, let's keep on having another sip. Finally, moving over to Untapped now for the Bridal Veil Pale Ale, you're gonna see that it's getting a 3.43 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of 2012 ratings. So, a solid review, or solid rating on there. Nothing super amazing, but still good nonetheless. With all that said, let's get to my ratings after this final sip. Cheers on the final sip, guys. Goes down remarkably well. Love the spices in here. Love the hops. Just the maltiness to it really adds that nice complexity to the beer itself. I gotta give this beer a solid 8 out of 10. Really nice pale ale. Something different that I haven't had before. Definitely a beer to pick up multiple times in the future. Presentation wise, I gotta say it's a unique can. Lighter colors, more of like a pastel color sort of thing going on here. Very nice. You get a little confused about the whole Bridal Veil, why it's called that, and there is no bride on here, but it is due to the falls out in Manitoulin Island. ABV, no IBU sadly, but they have a description, ingredients, and a brewed on date on the bottom, so that's good to see. I just wish they could put in the IBUs on the can as well, but the website makes up for it with all the other information, from the list of all the hops that are used to the IBUs to a separate description as well. Beautiful looking website. The beers just switch over really quickly, so sometimes it can be a little hard to read. Trying to find a way to maybe pause the screen for a minute. So presentation wise for this beer, I gotta give it a solid what are they really missing? Just some IBUs on here. I gotta give it a solid 8.5 out of 10 as well. It's a nice presentation. I'm not a big fan of the very light colors of the can, but still very nice nonetheless. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. Also, my question of the day to you is, do you like really flashy can designs, say like the Great Lakes can designs where they're big, flashy, just a lot of color going on and really great design, or do you like something a bit more toned back, say like the Lost Craft series? This, I think I would put it right in the middle, where it has good character design, but it's also a lighter color, so it's not so in your face kind of thing. Me personally, I don't know, it really depends. I really like the simplicity of like the Lost Craft. It's very nice, very elegant, catches the eye, but still not overwhelming, because sometimes when breweries do put out a very flashy can design, it can be a bit much. But as far as Great Lakes go, they do some really good jobs as well. So I'm in between. It really depends on, is it a tasteful can design? Like, is it too much for your eye, or is it just right? With all that said, that's going to do it for me, mate Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.